The report by George Washington University law professor Gerald Caplan is an evaluation of the Los Angeles District Attorney's program to monitor incidents of deadly force by police officers in L.A. County. In its strongest statement, the Caplan report says that a citizen acts at his or her peril in any confrontation with the Los Angeles Police Department. The report was prepared for the Federal Law Enforcement Assistance Program. Chief Daryl Gates took issue with a claim that his department does not cooperate with the DA's investigators.
Traditionally, historically, we have called in the district attorney on controversial investigations of that type. We have asked them. I can go back to times when we actually begged them to come in and assist us with an investigation. So our cooperation is there.
The district attorney's office investigates officer-involved shootings under a $255,000 federal grant. LAPD and the LA County Sheriff's Department both take part in this program, but several other departments in the county so far have refused. The Caplan report would be a controversial item at any time, but the fact that its release coincides with the involvement in a new controversy over the use of deadly force by the LAPD only heightens its impact. At Parker Center, Mike Botula reporting for News at 10. The district attorney's office has its own response to the Caplan report, indicating that the report may hinge on out-of-date facts.
I understand the report was dated back in March of this year. I can tell you that the level of cooperation between the LAPD and this office has improved considerably in the last several months. As you may recall, we had some meetings with Chief Wes Harvey, I think in the first part of May, and I can tell you that the level of cooperation between this department and the LAPD has improved considerably, and basically we are satisfied with the level of cooperation we're getting now with the LAPD.
Okay, walk straight towards me. Walk straight towards me. Okay, keep coming now. Keep coming. Okay, put your hands behind your head and turn around.
If the great objection is that everybody suddenly starts talking about the facts of a shooting before the facts are in, how do you solve that problem? Where does it begin? Where do you begin with nobody talking? How do you do that?
No, I think it's very important that you talk about what you know. As you do with almost any other incident, you talk about what you know. It's the conclusions that I object to. It's the conclusions where the NAACP comes out and says this is an illegal act, an improper act, all of these kinds of things. That's what I'm talking about. All of the allegations that are made before the facts are in. Talk about the incident. Talk about what people are saying about it. Talk about all these kinds of things. Don't draw the conclusions.
Well, their answer to me about that was that the facts that they've been able to garner in the Larry Morris case, for example, are flatly different in many instances from the facts released by the police department the day after the shooting.
I think that's probably true, but that doesn't mean the information they have is any more correct than the information we have, or the information we have is any more incorrect than what they have. What you have to await is for those reports to be fully analyzed, fully completed, all the facts to come in, and then a judgment made. That's the way we do it, I think, in America, isn't it?
Well, you released, for example, Lieutenant Higbee released your set of facts the day after the shooting, the day after
Well,
the death.
we issue a press release.
Okay.
And we do that for your convenience and for in terms of the people's right to know. We do that as quickly as we can.
And then they release their set of facts as they know them, or as they say that the thing happened. What's wrong with that?
I see nothing wrong with that at all. It's the conclusion. Again, it's the conclusions that are arrived at before the facts are in. Now, already it's been determined that apparently the baton was not placed across the neck and the individual choked to death by that. That's already been concluded by the coroner. They don't know what the cause of death is.
Chief, has your critical of the government report, I'd also like to know, in terms of your department's dealings with investigative agencies like the district attorneys in Operation Rollout, just how much do you feel you owe that body in terms of cooperation? It seems to be one of the areas of criticism by that LAAA report.
Well, we've always been very cooperative with any duly constituted governmental agency that has a right to be involved in investigation. As I mentioned,
The level of cooperation borders on, falls just short of being insubordinate to the police commission.
well, it also says, I feel, and all of those kinds of things. I haven't read the report, but just what I read in the Los Angeles Times, I must say it does not sound like a very valid kind of report. It sounds like the usual nonsense that comes out of Washington, D.C.
Can you give me some of the points that make you question the validity of the
Again,
report?
I didn't read the report. I only have the account that I read in the Los Angeles Times. But to indicate that a citizen in the city of Los Angeles is under peril when he confronts the Los Angeles Police Department, that's pretty strong language, and absolutely not true at all.
Chief Gates, do you think some of the criticism would stop it?
The Caplan report would be a controversial item at any time, but the fact that it was released while the Los Angeles Police Department A report like this would be a controversial item released at any time. But given the circumstances that its release comes at a time when the Los Angeles Police Department is already embroiled in a controversy over the use of deadly force, only heightens its impact. At Parker Center, Mike Botula reporting for News at 10. The Caplan report would be a controversial item at any time, but the fact that its release comes during the midst of a controversy involving deadly force and members of the Los Angeles Department of Police. The report, the strongest statement seems to be that a citizen is in peril in any confrontation with LAPD, but the situation is also described as one where the Los Angeles Police Department is uncooperative with the district attorney's investigators to the point of being almost insubordinate to the police commission. And I'd like to know just what the level of cooperation is between your office and the...
Well, first of all, I should comment, we have not actually...
level of cooperation, and would this improvement indicate that perhaps this report is dealing with old news?
I've not seen the report again, but I would say there has been certainly a better level of cooperation. We dealt with matters such as our notification time. We wanted to be notified earlier. We wanted to have an initial briefing when we arrived at the scene. We wanted to establish a level of cooperation out there as our concurrent investigations were being conducted. We feel now that is taking place.
What do you see coming out when you actually see the letter of this report? How will you view it?
Well, we'll look at it thoroughly, and hopefully we can comment at that point, but as of now we've not had occasion to read it.
Well, what's, let's say, your reaction to hearing things like this from the federal level? It's the agency that funded the investigations that you carry out in the officer-involved shooting area.
Well, I don't have any initial reaction. I'm sure that they tried to look at the various parties and the various agencies, and I'm sure they rendered their report after studying all sides. But not having seen it, it's very difficult to comment on it at this point.
Don't you feel it, too, kind of complicates the situation? You have one incident now that's being investigated, the chokehold incident involving Larry Morris the other day. Doesn't this kind of add fuel to a fire that's a very emotional issue?
Well, it could, but we're going to try to do our job. These investigations are always very tough. We understand that. We understand our job is to be as thorough, as fair, as objective, and as independent as we can. We're going to try to do that in all the cases. That's despite any kind of reports that come out.
And getting back to that level of cooperation, you feel that your investigators can get their job done in these cases involving the Los Angeles Police Department?
I believe they can now, yes.
And now, here's the Caplan Report. In its strongest statement, the Caplan Report says that a citizen acts at his or her peril in any confrontation with my mouth. Take two. In its strongest statement, the Caplan Report says that a citizen acts at his or her peril in any confrontation with the Los Angeles Police Department. The report, by George Washington University law professor Gerald Caplan, is an evaluation of the LA District Attorney's program to monitor incidents of deadly force by officers of the LAPD. The Caplan Report was prepared for the Federal Law Enforcement Assistance Program. Stop that a second. Take three.